reason I originally got into this profession.
Wow, I never knew Marlon Brando had such a large collection of turkey basters.
You should see his kitchen. It's practically 50 Shades of Grease in there.
Try terrorism for hire and blow some shit up. It's more fun.
What did you say?
Oh, I said you should try working at a call center and playing video games. It's more fun.
Oh.
I'm just relieved that I'm not as crazy as everyone says. Well, except my dad was. Or my granddad.
Excuse me?
Oh, I'm just relieved that I'm not as lazy as any of you filmy critics or video game reviewers.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
What are you two talking about?
What do you think we're talking about, Doctor? If you dress for Halloween, fools will try to get in your pants.
Huh?
I'm gonna ask you one more time, Doc. Put the bunny back in the box.
What's happening here?
I had a boner with my kiss to the smile on your cage. Pretty good.
Not the beast.
Smile on your cage. Smile on your cage. You pretty good. Steal the Declaration of Independence.
How'd it get burned? Hello, movie interns. I am the Movie Doctor, and welcome to the final week of Cagetober!
I am a bad man.
Bring me the big knife. I'm gonna cut my throat.
Try terrorism for hire. We'll blow some shit up. It's more fun.
I'm just relieved that I'm not as crazy as everyone says. Or said my dad was. Or my granddad.
Tool up, honey bunny. Put the bunny back in the box.
I'm really gonna miss that music. For the final movie of our month-long love affair with Mr. Cage.
Pretty good.
Sorry, movie interns. For the final movie this month, we'll be actually looking at the critically panned masterpiece, The Wicker Man. Huh? Did I say that? No, I must have misspoke, because this movie is a train wreck. But we'll get to that later. Let's get into the history first. The original Wicker Man released to the British public in 1973, and did not instantly become one of the best horror films of the century, but it slowly earned that title over the years. After a moderately successful release, it made several lists of top 100 scary moments in film, and still attracts large crowds to several lore-inspired Wicker Man festivals and conventions across the world every autumn. And it's no surprise that this film began to attract such a strong emotional response with its cult following. So a remake of this cult phenomenon should actually garner new fans, as well as energizing old ones, right? Yeah. It's not that the new Wicker Man did poorly.
He chose poorly.
But much like most remakes, things were changed, feelings were hurt, and money was lost. Well, not that much money. The movie grossed just shy of its original budget of $40 million, so it almost broke even. The changes, though, were pretty drastic. For one thing, we've got this smooth-talking Christian Scotsman who is replaced by Nicolas Cage with a troubled past. The pagan, ritualistic private colony is traded in for a matriarchal society that makes honey and hates men. And the Christianity and religion versus pagan belief undertones are tossed aside for superficial notes of feminism and chauvinism. Overall, these things don't sound like they would be disastrous for a remake. They are sticking with the original story. The mystery and the thriller parts are still attached, and the campy feel of a private society will keep things flowing with an air of crazy that spurred on most of Mr. Cage's better movies. I think this is going to be one of my favorite movies yet, movie interns. So let's begin. The Wicker Man. So the movie starts off with our man of the hour, Mr. Cage, as Edward Malis, a motorcycle cop.
Give me your driver's license and registration. You know why I stopped you?
Yeah.
Who is apparently done with that shot. You know why I pulled you over, son? Because I was bored!
After afternoon.
Afternoon, sir. Hello. Sorry about the... we're just in the middle of moving
And during his impatient cop routine, he stops a station wagon with a very indifferent-looking girl and overly concerned mother.
I've got it, honey. It's a little banged up.
Anyway, sorry again.
That's it, young lady! No more Botox injections!
Don't worry. It comes with the territory. I'll get it.
Holy crap! Well, thank goodness Nick is okay. In all fairness, though, this scene is pretty important to the overall theme of the movie. It's an event that haunts Ed throughout the film. Mainly because he was practically the reason the car was hit in the first place. I mean, you would have thought that they would have covered that in basic training.
Mr. Cage!
Yes, sir!
Repeat yesterday's training exercise!
Sir, yes, sir! In a situation where you stop to give a girl back her doll after she has already thrown it out, and she proceeds to repeat the previous transgression, you are to look both ways before going out to receive the doll, at which time the truck you saw barreling at you will have no choice but to swerve and hit the car with the child instead, thus ending their pathetic doll-throwing life, sir!
Very good, Mr. Cage. You will make one hell of a cop!
Or the devil's bounty hunter.
What was that?
Sir, nothing, sir! So Nick is traumatized by the car crash and is on leave from the force. But Officer McAwkwardlines comes in and tries to cheer him up.
That about sums it up.
Or come on to him. Or generally just take up screen time. I'm a little confused by her existence. That, and her pauses are making me so bored that I want to stab my eyes out with a screwdriver.
No, I must.
She finally leaves, and Nick reads a letter from his ex, Willow, explaining to him that she has a daughter, and that she is missing. So being the awesome cop that he is, Ed decides to go up to Washington to help find her. See magic text? He was asked by his ex-girlfriend from God knows how long ago to travel across 2 states and help her missing daughter. This movie is making so much sense.
Hey Doc, how's it going? Look, I got this message from Magic Text here saying that you needed my help.
Hey Greedy, do you want to watch The Wicker Man with me, the interns, and Magic Text?
Excuse me?
Yeah, The Wicker Man. We're watching it for Cagetober. Cagetober.
Do you remember when I said that you could be scary? This is one of those times. Besides, I hate that movie. Nick wouldn't let me help find a good director for him. And you told me that it was always bad if the critics weren't allowed to screen the movie. Well, this is one of those times.
Oh, Greedy, you so cray. It's only been 10 minutes in, and I've not found a single flaw yet.
Not one?
Not a one.
I'd love to stay around and continue to talk about this, Doc, but I got a couple phone calls to make, so I gotta go do that. But you keep going, and you'll come around eventually. Get me somebody. Anybody, I don't care who. And get me somebody while I'm waiting.
That man is always busy. Anyway, let's get back to this craptastic sideshow. Ed begins to make his way out to Summerisle.
Ahoy there.
But before he can get there, he has to catch a ride from the Bridge of Death's keeper here. Man, I wish all transportation had sweet classical music engines when they started up. It'd be a lot better than what I'm stuck with now. So up until this point, we've been subjected to a lot of traveling crane shots, some establishing shots, and a few flyby shots. And the only true plot we know so far is that Ed has come to Summerisle to find a missing person.
Lost your bearings?
Oh, Maybe these nice people will tell us where we can go.
Snuck up on me there. I don't think so. This is Summerisle, right?
Yes?
Then I'm in the right place.
I'm afraid not. This is private property. You can't land here without permission.
Listen, I completely understand, but I was invited here. I'm a cop.
What does that make?
A police officer.
Or they'll just act like assholes. Good to know. Come to Summerisle. We're like Iowa, but surrounded by water.